Okay, welcome everyone. Monday stretch course, it's 12:30. I'm just going through a little bit of warm up, no cords attached, no dumbbells picked up yet. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. We'll get going in a moment. Just start to do a little bit of the dry land warm up, a little bit of arm swinging, turning sideways. If you can see this now, just sort of swinging up and over. This is a great one to loosen up the shoulders, loosen up, get some blood flow into the key swimming muscles. Nicely done, nicely done. So today's session, a little bit, I do enjoy the psychological aspect of the pyramid. We build up, we work harder, we get to a pinnacle, and then we tip over the other side. And it gets a little bit easier as the distances, times diminish, and we flow down the other side. So it is different to what you might know of. We're going to mix in some backstroke, and backstroke can be done possibly if you're vertical with your cords or just nothing at all, or your tins of beans. Just remember to stay narrow. We're switching the body from side to side. You can use your dumbbells if you wish. Dumbbells are great just to keep things slow and give you a little bit of pressure in the hand as if you were holding the water. Okay, so those are the options. It's going to be a little bit of backstroke and some front crawl put together in a pyramid style. We're going to build the distance up, the time durations up, and then we're going to come down the other side. So we always come back to a minute of backstroke, and I'll explain the rest as we go along. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer now. Are we ready? 1 minute of backstroke. Your choice, with your cords, with your dumbbells, with your tins of beans, with nothing at all. And then I'll get on and start the rest of the block. Are we good? Here we go. So remember to switch the shoulders from side to side. Naturally complements the front crawl body position so well. So it's a good warm up. Keep the head nice and still. Remember, we're pulling narrow. In fact, a very nice drill at swim club we use for the youngsters is to actually pull yourself down the lane rope and stay close to the lane rope. Imagine you're holding the lane rope, you've got to pivot at the elbow and pull yourself through, and you've got to rotate. That works wonders. If you go with a straight arm, you'll feel yourself bump into the middle of the pull. So elbow pivot keeps the hand nice and aligned down the side of the body. Wonderful. Last 15 seconds, last 15 seconds. Just keep it nice and easy. If you've not had a chance to pre-warm before we started, you can use these first few rounds to keep it or to slowly build it up. In 3, 2, 1, back onto the paddles, please. Back onto the cords. Here we go. 1 minute of front crawl, 1 minute of front crawl. Again, if you're warming up, just keep this nice and steady. If you haven't managed to do anything yet, look at that, the shoulders rotating from side to side, absolutely what we were just doing on our backstroke. Hopefully this session will give you the confidence to try some backstroke. If you could, that reversal of movement through the shoulders will be absolutely wonderful to keep your shoulders healthy. It'll help spike the heart rate during blocks of work as you sort of cross-train and do put sort of the oxygen through the muscles, different alignment, different way. It'll be really good. And your shoulders, from the thousands and thousands of meters of front crawl we do, will absolutely love you for it. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fantastic. Let's get back to our backstroke. So the first ratio was 1:1. First ratio was 1:1. We're now back to our minute of backstroke. It's always a minute of backstroke. And then we're going to increase to 2 minutes of front crawl. There's a little bit of a twist at the back end, so don't get too complacent. There's going to be something a little bit different once we go over the top of the pyramid. Okay, here we go. Another 30 seconds of backstroke, another 30 seconds of backstroke remaining. Good work, everyone. Head still, hands close to the body through a pivoted elbow. Little finger first as you enter. Last 15 seconds. Good work, good work. I've gone with the dumbbells on this round just to slow the arms down. Here we go, back on the quads, back on the quads. So 2 minutes, please, 2 minutes, front crawl. If you're warm, maybe start to pick up the pace a little bit, pick up the rhythm, keep the hands at 180 to each other. As previously sort of shown, I've got this little wheel mechanism on mine, little pulley system, which means I can keep the tension balanced all the way through. So I've got the elastic at the top above the pulley, this little swiveling mechanism, and then I've got solid cord attaching my paddles. So I can keep the pressure steady here, 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 all the way through, all the way through. Not the end of the world if you're using the elastic cords, because you do actually want to set up a slower position through the first part of the catch, slow, and then you start to accelerate and drive it back. Just keep control of that. Maybe shuffle forwards a little bit just to keep the pressure off the triceps. We don't want you exhausted too soon. This is like a 34-minute block of work. Okay, keep it going. Keep it steady. If you're not warm yet, if you're not feeling it, shuffle forwards if you've under or overestimated, shuffle forwards or backwards. If you need to just take the strain up or slacken off a little bit, no problem. So as mentioned, always a minute of backstroke when we reset. A minute of backstroke, that's coming up in 20 seconds. And then we'll build it up to 3 minutes of front crawl, 3 minutes. I'm pulling down the center line. I'm a big believer in those hands traveling under the body, elbow popping out wide, pointing at the side of the pool. If I were obviously horizontal, swimming forwards. Send the water backwards with symmetry. Left and right arms doing exactly the same things. Should keep me nice and straight. Relax there, guys. Back onto the backstroke. Back onto the backstroke. Here we go. I've got 3 different sets of light dumbbells, so I can really mix this up. Got the lighter set now. I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit. Just keep that. This is not, the backstroke is not meant to be a recovery. Later on, maybe we'll need it. That's okay. But it is not meant to be a recovery from the front crawl block of work. It's just a nice, long, steady aerobic block of work with some technical pointers, keeping us fit, keeping us in tune with the water as best we can, even though we're another week, who knows, week or 2 away from it, wherever you might be. Fantastic. In 3, in 2, in 1, good stuff. Back on the cords, back on the cords. Here we go. Well done. 3 minutes, please, 3 minutes. We might take a stroke count in the middle minute. If you hear me say sort of start and stop, keep going with the front crawl. Keep going. We're just sort of giving you an opportunity. I've got all sorts of paper and clocks in front of me to keep an eye on things. It's a chance to just get the stroke count in, compare it to last week, make sure we're around the same sort of numbers. As long as we're keeping the same stroke length, it's beneficial. What we don't want is you speeding up just to hit a higher number and losing your technique. Okay, are we ready? That's a minute almost gone. We're going to stroke count for this middle minute of the 3. Ready? Let's go. 2. Halfway, guys, halfway. I'm keeping my voice down a little bit as we've switched Junior's nap time. He's now taking a single nap, and it coincided right at the start of this. There may also be another disturbance with my in-laws walking through the door at any point. We're not sure what time they're arriving to help with a bit of babysitting. But if you see the door behind me open, you'll know what's happening. 3, 2, 1, and carry on, carry on. We didn't finish. That was just the note to stop your counting. If you weren't with us last week, don't worry, just keep that number in mind and we will revisit it later. Keep it going. Another 45 seconds until we hit the backstroke again. And remember, try not to let the backstroke become an easy part, not yet at least, which is why the dumbbells are nice. You can work on a little bit of strength, slow it down, work on your technique. Under 30 seconds to go, 30 seconds left. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, and onto the backstroke. Please onto your backstrokes. Here we go. Good work, everyone. All useful for working on your transitions if you are a triathlete. Thinking it through, whether you're picking up dumbbells or putting a bike helmet on. It's a thinking person sport. Got to stay on top of things. Control the heart rate. Think things through. Know where your stuff is. And move into the next discipline. That's why the medley is such a solid, strong, challenging, exciting event. Of watching the ISL this weekend or at the Olympics, the medley, it's the king of, it's like the athletics decathlon, but obviously it's fly, back, breast, freestyle, all in one movement. Very tough event, all that, those different muscle groups being recruited and taxed. Tremendous. 3, 2, 1, back onto your quads. Well done. Move forwards, step up. If you need a little bit of a break, we're only at 10 minutes. We've got over 20 minutes to go. Just be careful with your pacing. Take a step back if you're feeling good. We're reaching for our knees. We're pushing the water back as effectively as possible. Don't shorten your stroke exiting high. Remember, the hips are involved. They are switching from side to side and they will help you roll out of the way. Okay, you don't have to go wide around the hip to finish the stroke. The hip will roll out of the way and keep you narrow. That's over-exaggerating it slightly, but you get the point, yeah? Good work. That's a minute down. 3 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go. We'll do a stroke count again at the on the 2 to 3 minute block. You just see where we are. Keep the hands pulling down the center, elbows popping out wide. Remember, we're pulling with our palm and our forearm as we send that water down. I'm not too fussed about the breathing yet. I am trying to focus on my underwater technique. Last week, we did a little bit of surface recovery with the dumbbells, but today is all about the underwater front crawl and reversing those shoulder movements for the backstroke. Okay, in 5, go for the stroke count. Don't finish when I say stop, keep it going. Here we go. And halfway, swimmers, halfway, keep it going. When we finish this, less than 30 seconds, keep it going though. This is not the end of the 4 minutes. We've still got a minute to go. Your shoulders will thank me for this later. Good work. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carry on, carry on. Hopefully those numbers were similar. As you fatigue though, the temptation will be to shorten the stroke, lose some rotation. Try to be aware of that. Last 30 seconds and then we'll switch to our backstroke. 20. I'm going to stick on the chords this time. This is the beauty of the vertical hanging stretch chords. I can switch to backstroke quite comfortably. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and into your backstroke, please, into your backstroke. One more. Maybe we need a little bit of recovery now, so just take this one easier. Light dumbbells or no dumbbells at all. We've got the 5 minutes coming up. 5 minutes is going to feel quite a stretch. But we'll keep working with our technique. Maybe we'll introduce a little bit of breathing now just to keep us focused and yet distracted. Distracted from the pain, focused on our technique. How about that? Last 20 seconds. Remember, little finger enters first, pivot at the elbow, and that enables me, just like on the front crawl, to pull with not only the palm, but the forearm as well. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Back on the front crawl, please. 15 minutes gone, 15 minutes gone. This is the 5-minute block. We'll take a stroke count towards the end. See where we are. And I mentioned we've got a little bit different. The structure's the same for the 4, the 1 and 4, the 1 and 3, 1 and 2, and the 1 and 1. But we're going to mix up the front crawls with another little sort of subdivision, just to keep the pace up, keep us working a little bit faster. So something to get your teeth into. Head still, shoulders switching from side to side. I'm trying to shut down that space so there's no surface area wasted, so there's no excessive drag. In 5, 4, 3, should we do a count? Yeah, let's go. Halfway, so it's halfway. Don't forget though, it's not the end. Still got 2 minutes to go. Still got 2 minutes. Keep the stroke long, keep switching. Maybe add in some breathing. Maybe leave it to afterwards. It's probably enough to think about with the counting. Up to you though. 10. 5. And stop counting, but carry on. Okay, I'm going to add my traditional 2 to the right. 1, 2, 3, and swap it across for 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. A reasonable amount of air coming in, still keeping the stroke symmetrical, balanced, pulling, keeping the head still unless I'm breathing, unless I'm lifting to side. It's a heavy, clumsy object. You want that in position as best you can to keep helping you move forwards. With breathing single breaths to the opposite side, what's traditionally referred to as bilateral, So I will take my breath to the left, 1, 2, 3, off to the right, 1, 2, 3. It's a lot of breath holding compared to air coming in. Whereas if I get my 2 or 3 to a single side, I can help hopefully stay a little bit more relaxed. Relax at the ears there. I'm still getting the benefits from switching, the symmetry and so on. Okay, about 90 seconds to go, 90 seconds to go. We'll count the last minute as well. We'll count the last minute just so we know we're right on track, because it won't actually be possible to do the counting on this next block, just so we finish with a flourish. And we've at least reached the pinnacle, the top part of this pyramid in good shape. Here we go in 10 seconds. Keep the pressure on, keep the pulling symmetrical, ready and count. Coming up on halfway, well done, Summers, halfway. Last 30 seconds, and then we will get our recovery backstroke in. $20 seconds to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Relax there. Relax there. Okay. Back on the dumbbells for some backstrokes. Slow it down. Nice and relaxed. Get the breathing under control. Like I said, the format's the same. We're still going to go a minute of backstroke. It may well be recovery now. The shoulders are probably starting to get a little bit twitchy. But we're going to alternate 30 seconds fast, 30 seconds easy on the front crawl blocks, 30 seconds really fast, 30 seconds easy. So 1 and 4, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 1 to conclude. But each time the front crawl now, we've got a further little factor to consider in. We're going to go 30 seconds fast, 30 seconds easy. I'll do all the timings. Just follow along. Are we ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, back on the paddles. Here we go, 30 seconds fast. Give it a good sprint, do your best. Maybe shuffle forwards or go up a stair if you're like me in the stairwell. Just so you can keep good technique, keep it fast. Don't shorten it just to sort of create that illusion of speed. And relax off. I think that's quite a good way of viewing swimming. If there's lots of bubbles, lots of thrashing when you're in the pool, you're creating that illusion of speed, but rarely does it actually deliver speed. You want to be swimming quiet, with streamline, nice and fluid, minimal bubbles. Obviously, when you're purely sprinting, it's a little bit different, but good speed should come. Minimum of all that fast. Are we ready? Here we go. Fast, fast, fast. Keep switching shoulders. Bring the shoulders through to the chin. Finish the stroke. Reach for the knees. Reach for the knees. Don't forget the pull with the forearm. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, good, good. Relax there. Relax there. Get the breathing under control. "20 seconds till we go again. 20 seconds till we go. If you can add some breathing in here, fantastic. It's up to you though. It's the option. In 10, In 5. If you're feeling strong, take a step backwards. Here we go. Halfway through the sprint. Keep it going, keep it going. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there, relax there. If you need to, you can always throw in a little bit of backstroke. If you've got your quads in such a way that you can just, let's not switch to dumbbells, it won't be effective in terms of the time needed to switch. But if you can roll backwards, I'm sure the shoulders will appreciate that. Okay, we've got our last minute. We've got our last minute coming up before we fully switch to backstroke. Are we ready? And 30 seconds fast. Here we go. Maybe on the next round we could go for a half a minute stroke count and just check that we're comparable. That might be not a bad thing. Keep going, keep the pace. We should be better really, we should be faster. With this pacing, we should be counting more strokes. In 3, 2, 1, good, 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 relax there. Okay, this is good. We've actually worked our way into a 90-second recovery. Maybe the minute of backstroke shouldn't be recovery. Maybe we can build into that. I'm actually going to swap over to my dumbbells for this one. Just because of heavy dumbbells, I really feel that water pressure in the hand. It works nicely for me. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, everyone. Okay. Nice and slow if you've picked up the dumbbells. We're getting through this nicely. We're over 25 minutes of activity. We've got the 1 and the 3 now, 1 and a 2, and the 1 and the 1. The big stuff's all done. Just going to try to keep our focus, keep our technique down. Remember, little finger on enters first. The elbow pivots, so we pull with the forearm. Finish past the hip. Last 15 seconds. Just 3 minutes now. 3 fast 30-second blocks. Are we ready? Let's get back on the course. And let's go. Faster, faster, faster. Come on now. Keep going, keep going. Three, 2, 1, relax there. Okay, this middle swing coming up. We're going to count. Let's try to be more than half the earlier number. Half plus a couple, half plus a couple. How about that? There's only 2 more of these fast ones. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Halfway. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax there. Well done. Okay, finish this. We've just got the 1 minute remaining of this block. So in 10 seconds, we're going to go fast again. We're going to go fast again. Can count again, we can count. Let's try to halve it +1. See how you get on. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. In 3, 2, 1, fantastic. And 30 seconds, relax. I'm going to pick up the dumbbells for the minute of backstroke again. I'm really liking that reverse movement now. We're nearly half an hour in on the chords. The shoulders will appreciate that. Keeping things moving opposite directions. It's good for the health of the shoulders. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Minute of backstroke, please. So imagine you've got a long, steady swim to do, or your warm-up. If you could add in something we like to do, especially in a 50-meter pool, if you swim 100 of front crawl into 50 backstroke. So that's a block of 3 lengths. So lengths 3, 6, 9, and 12 are all backstroke. It's a great way to warm the shoulders up. It's a great way to keep count, because obviously every third length being backstroke, you get your 12 lengths, 600 meters, and you'll know where you're finishing. Swimmers are lazy. We're not, you know, triathletes might look at swimmers and think, gosh, they're really good at that. But sometimes we just take the easy way out. Good technique is another way of thinking about being lazy, really. The less technically efficient you are, the harder you have to work. How about that? Something to ponder on. Swimmers are lazy. Here we go, here we go. Fast, 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 30, fast, 30. Just 2 blocks, let's go. We're nearly done, just a couple of minutes left. Step forwards if you need to, if you feel the stroke shortening and the technique disappearing. If you can challenge yourself, take a step back, or if you're in the stairwell, bend your knees so you just get a little bit more tension. And relax there, good, good, good. Wonderful stuff, here we go. In 5, have a little stroke count just to check. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Half where you were earlier. Let's try to hit half where you were earlier, but don't shorten it to speed it up. Three, 2, 1, fantastic. Ease it back, ease it back. 30 seconds recovery before we hit that last minute of backstroke. Good work, everyone. Last minute of backstroke coming up. Don't worry about your dumbbells if you feel the technique's going. Just focus on getting it done accurately. And minute of backstroke. Here we go, here we go. Keep it narrow. Keep the hands close to the side by bending the elbow. Keep the arms straight, and you'll know you're getting it wrong because you'll just shift to the side in the pool. Left arm bounces you across, right arm corrects it. You'll get there eventually, but not as effectively as you could. Okay. Last minute coming up, last minute of front crawl coming up. Do your best. We're hoping pools reopen next week. There's been rumors that Along with gyms, regardless of the tier system, we're hoping to be back on track. Are we ready? Last minute, everyone, last minute, back on the course, back on the course, 30 seconds fast, and then we'll start our swim down. Zoom hasn't warned me that it's about to kick me off. I've not had that sort of 10-minute notice, so I don't know what's going to happen. But if we do disappear, enjoy the rest of your day. Catch up with this on YouTube. See you Wednesday, 12:30. Ping me for the invite, or I'll try to send it out to as many of you as I can remember. Keep going, guys. Keep going, and relax it off there. Relax it off there. Well done. Let's reverse into a nice, easy swim down. Nice, easy swim down. Good, good. Give yourselves a few minutes afterwards to have a proper stretch. Your muscles will thank you later if you are going to be doing some upper body activity later, tomorrow. Cool down is so important. We often overlook it just because we're a bit busy, but it will help. It will really help. Good work, everyone. Good. Solid 35 minutes. That's really going to help. If we do hit the pools next week, you'll hardly notice you've been out. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm not promising that. Can't guarantee that. I'm sure we'll all be feeling a bit clumsy, a bit mechanical. Good work, everyone.